Now let's say, for all intents and purposes, you find yourself on a plane heading towards direction. Which direction? I don't know where you live, so wherever direction requires 8 hours in the sky. For me, that's basically Japan. So, great. So what is this? So have you ever seen this image before? It's an image about... Let me show you. Let me show you the image. Let me just pull it up real quick. I'll throw it up on... I'll throw it up. I hope I remember what I assigned it as. No. There we go. Okay. Have you ever seen this image? I saw it a long time ago. It's in Japanese, don't mind that. So the idea here is you're on a plane for 8 hours. Where are you sitting? Now, some of you may think easy answer. Some of you may think I'd rather jump off the plane. Of course. But that's what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss the options, weigh out the peculiarities of them, and whether or not it would actually be beneficial to you, whether or not it would be the path of least resistance to you, whether or not it would be the worst thing of your entire life. So, yes. Why do all of these characters have massive chests? Holy shit. Are you seeing this? Maybe it's just the artist who made this. I don't know, but it's all basically the same body, but superimposed Touhou characters on it, as you can tell. Okay, so I have the image, but I'm not just gonna like look at this image. What I'm gonna do is I will be opening up CSP for ease of navigation. Let me show you. Let me pull it open. Bleep! Oh, that's the snipping tool. Okay. I'll show you what we're doing. It's a brilliant fucking idea. It's brilliant. So let me tell you about my day, chat. I got up and I had to go get blood work done. So I went, I sat down in the chair, and she put the needle in my arm. And after about 10 seconds or so, she was like, I'm not hitting the vein. I just can't get this vein. So I just had the needle in my arm and it wasn't doing anything. And so she had to do it over again. She had to do it over again. So I got the needle back in my arm. And then, God, ugh, don't like that feeling. Yeah, so, brutal. I know, I'm very pitiable. Alright. So let's pop open our image, chat. Touhou airplane scenario. Here it is. Alright. Oh, actually, I should probably just get my tablet set up for this anyway. So let me do that real quick. Let me just get my tablet set up, because it's easier to draw, it's easier, period, if I do that, instead of having to use the mouse. So give me 1 sec. I want to do this ahead of time. We're gonna make our own. Chat, we're gonna make our own, but we're going with this one. I'm glad I don't do poorly with needles, because if I did, I probably would have fainted or something, because that thing was just sticking in my arm and I could feel it. And then when she was like, it's not working, I was like, okay. She asked me if I drank any water today. I was like, no, I had a muffin and eggnog. I don't know. I didn't drink any water. But she got it the second time, so I'm alive. Okay. Alright, chat, here we go. So, allow me to reiterate the situation. You are, you. Yes, this is you. Yeah. That's you. Where's your seat? Where are you sitting, boys? Where are you sitting? So you have your options here. You can sit between Marissa and Alice. You could sit on the window seat next to Youmu with racing on the aisle. You can sit between the Komeiji sisters. You could sit between Ramu and Sai. You can sit on the window seat with Mokou and Kaguya, or you can sit between the Scarlet Sisters. Ooh. Ooh, look at those options. So let's go through this, alright? So, the first thing we need to figure out is what is it that you want out of the flight, right? Like I said earlier. Are you just trying to get from point A to point B? Are you trying to take advantage of this situation? What's going on here? What do you want, right? It's what you want. So let's go. Let's go. Number one. Okay, so number one between Alice and Marissa, probably, probably the safest. Probably the safest. Why? Because these two are probably the most friendly that you're gonna get with humans that aren't trying to get something out of you. Notice that that's a very important distinction. All right, it's a very important distinction. Alice might just completely ignore you, and Marissa will probably ignore you too if you have nothing interesting going on. So, what do you have? Do you have anything? Anything at all? Could you strike a conversation with them? Could you? This is important. This is important. Do you think you have, do you have the gusto? You gotta try, right? You're stuck for 8 hours, chat. 8 hours. If you blow it, if you fucking blow it, ooh, that's gonna be awkward. You sit down, you go hello, and then you don't talk to each other. Now, anybody who's been on a plane knows that when you're sitting next to somebody you don't know, you probably aren't talking to them, period. So, yeah. But we're assuming, so you chat member, you are you. So you have information. You know everything about these characters. You're in this fictitious scenario where they exist, but you know everything about them, but they don't know anything about you. So like, you have this moment. Do you take this moment, or do you let this moment disappear forever, right? That's that's the question. Now, I think that if you wanted to just get from point A to point B, I'm too tired for this shit. I'm too old for this shit. You pick seat one, okay? Seat one, safe. Safe, boring, for sure. Very boring. That's my opinion of that. Now, obviously, I am a big fan. Right here, fan equals me. But how do you talk to this woman? How do you talk? How do you talk? I don't know. I don't know how you talk to this woman. What's the best method of talking to Alice? I don't have any I don't have any interests. And you gotta play it smooth, right? Talk about dolls. I don't know anything about dolls. I don't know anything about dolls, so that conversation would turn into like nothing. Like it'd be like, "Hey, cool doll," and then you'd be like, "I don't know anything." But I mean, if you could coerce her into teaching you, maybe show her the Fumo. You know what? Maybe, but that might be a little weird. Cause what if the Fumo is like, what if you show her a Fumo of herself, and she's like, "Why do you have that?" Would she think it's cute, or would she think it's weird that you have that? What if you show her a different character that you're not on the plane, so no one can expose you? So it's just like, what if you say you made them yourself? What if what if you said you made them yourself? Then again, plushies and porcelain are a pretty different material to work with here, right? Okay, so let's say for all intents and purposes, you know how to make a fumo, and you have the kit. How do you have the kit to prepare a fumo on a plane? Because we live in a pre 2000s era, of course. So, let's say you have a sewing kit and you can fumo from scratch on this 8-hour flight. You brought an arts and crafts project, and you think you could convince her? You think you'd be able to talk to her and be like, hey, you want to, like, did you work on it? Huh? Story having an existential crisis reading your mind. You're skipping ahead. Stop skipping. Stop skipping. Stop skipping. So let's turn this 8-hour flight into a make a fumo, and you can work on one with Alice, and you can show her how to make one, and you can engage in activity together, and that sounds like a great use of time. And then if that goes well, you can be like, "That's cool. Can I get your number?" And she'll be like, "My what?" Because they don't have phones in Gensokyo. So how do you keep in contact with this woman? I don't know. I have no idea. See, that's the hard part. How do, you can't get their number. You can't. You can only get the number of the ones who have a phone, which would be Marissa, maybe, and Koishi, but good luck with that one. If you made a fumo with Alice, Marissa would probably take interest in it too. That's true. So you could probably have a whole moment just making fumo back there with the two of them, and it'd be really fun, and you'd have a great time. But this all hinges on the ability to make a fumo, okay? So, safe, boring, fumo required. Yes. We got your fumo. Yes. Yes. And just try not to make it weird. Just try not to make it weird, that's all. There you go. Okay, so that's a pretty safe bet, and we found a way to turn that into the best one. Well, so far. All right, let's go on to number 2. Let's look at number 2. You're the window seat next to Youmu and racing in the aisle seat. Now, to be honest with you, I have no idea what you could possibly do here. Youmu is Youmu is probably like fine, but like, remember, you're there for 8 hours. If you're gonna drop small talk, you gotta drop hints, right? You gotta drop hints. You gotta strike up a conversation, right? Strike up a conversation and try to slowly push it into topics that they would latch onto, but you can't let them know that you know. And this fucker right here, just pretend you don't even know her. Alright? If she turns around, just don't even look at her. She knows. I don't like that she knows. Let's close her eyes. Well, okay, that just killed her. Here. There, now I have no idea who this woman is. We'd be sitting right behind Satori. Yes, but like, well, I guess it depends on what your motives are. She might turn around and completely fuck you, but I don't know. Which way is forward? I'm going off the image, which is to say this is. Oh wait. Oh, you're right. Wait, this is the front. So she's sitting behind you. So she's looking directly into the back of your head. Oh no. Close your mouth. You keep quiet. You keep quiet, you. Don't say anything. Don't start shit. Okay. It's alright. I don't think there was no reason for her to get in your business. Alright? There's just no reason for her to get into your business. That's all. You just gotta leave it at that. You just gotta leave it at that. Racing, on the other hand, I don't think you're gonna make any headway with that. I don't think you're gonna make any headway with that. What are you gonna talk about? Guns? You gonna talk about war? You gonna talk about military on a plane, brother? When you land down, you're gonna be greeted by a subset of natives. That's for sure. There's no safe conversation. Talk about how great Eren is, but how would you know who Eren is, right? How would you know? I guess if you were a student of medicine, maybe you could talk about pharmaceuticals. That would be interesting. But where do you go from that? We established activity back here. Make a fumo. But if you try to make a pharmaceutical on a plane, again, you will be greeted by a subset of natives when you land the plane. There's nothing here you can do. Ask about work. Oh, so what do you do for work? Sigh. And then. And then. and then you activate your other hand, which has a nice cold bush light, boys, a nice cold one, and throw it her way, and it'd be like, it's all right, I got it from the flight attendant. Here you go, take a crack. We're gonna be on this ride for a while. If you got problems, there you go. Son goes to the human village in disguise. She could talk about what she does then. But why would she? Why would she talk about what she does in disguise to a human? Think. I think Raisin is pretty much untouchable. I don't think you win here. I don't think you can do anything. I just think this is not a scenario where you can do anything at all. And Youmu, like I said, Yomu's probably, like, fine. But ultimately, there's not a lot you can talk about, and there's not a lot you can do. What are you gonna do? Sharpen your sword? I brought a wedding stone. You want a whetstone? We can sharpen your... Oh, it's in the cargo, because they wouldn't let me bring it on the plane. Ah. Well, not, you like gardening? I mean, Sheila probably likes gardening. You could probably talk about gardening, but I don't know shit about gardening. You talk about ghosts. She doesn't like ghosts. She afraid of heights? I don't think so. I don't think anybody's afraid of heights. You won't be interested in cooking. Eh, but by how much, right? Just gonna talk about Yuko for an hour. But how would you do that in a way that doesn't seem like... Well, I mean, I guess she is a little oblivious. She's a little oblivious. You probably don't even have to try that hard to get around it. But then you gotta be careful of racing. Oh, kendo? Yeah, that's good. That's good, actually. If you had any knowledge of kendo... Okay, if you had any knowledge of kendo, you could talk about swordplay that isn't involved, like, with a trip to the holding room when you're done your flight. That's true. Unfortunately, I don't know shit about kendo, so I'm out of luck on that one. But that's a good idea. That's a good idea. But I think this is probably the safest because there's no potential bizarreness, and also, like, you're fine, right? Between these three, you're fine. Safest, boring, terrorism charge. Potentially. Alright? Because the things you can talk about with these two would get you stuck. Yeah, that's all. And you gotta be a little careful, alright? You could talk about pharmaceuticals, you could talk about kendo, but anything further into their general hobbies and expertise, and you're in trouble. You're also in trouble if this shitbag decides to open her mouth at any point, where you get off the plane and she's like, I know who you are. It's just like, oh. But who's to say she's getting off at the same spot, right? Maybe this flight lays over and it goes somewhere else and you gotta get another flight, right? Maybe it does, who knows? Be careful. This woman needs to be avoided. Komeiji Satori. Alright, chat. Well, that brings us to our third seat. Our third seat between Satori and Koishi. Nah. Koishi is visible if she wants to be. Koishi is visible if she wants to be. Like, you won't, if she wants you to see her, you will see her. So you'll sit in your seat. You'll sit in your seat. The real question is, I mean, you could probably talk about any which nonsense with this one. And you know what? Having a good relationship with this one would be beneficial with the relationship of this one. But this one knows too much. All right? This one knows too much. If you have whatever your motives are, she's gonna know instantly. If you're just like, I'm just trying to get to the end of this. Like, if you tell her straight up, if you're just honest with her, it's like, listen, I'm aware. I'm aware, but don't worry. I'm just trying to get out of this. I'm just gonna sit here, cause I think it's okay here. Just leave me be. I'll leave you be. All right. Stay in your lane. I'll stay in mine. Okay? I know you can read my mind. I know you know that I know you know that I know you know that you can read my mind. So I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna pull out a book. I'm gonna read a book, and then I read a book, and that's when we have a conversation. There, I did it. I won. I won. I pull out a book. I pull up my pile of mystery novels, and she is intrigued, and they're great. And I lend her one because she doesn't have one. I have one she doesn't have, and then she reads a book and I read a book, and it's nice and it's pleasant, and I enjoy, and we enjoy the silence because, well, actually, these three back here are anything but silent, but it's okay. I'll introduce her to the headphones. See, this works to my advantage because Bozo's 1, 2, and 3 here are gonna be loud and obnoxious. This is where I hand her my patented earbud and I go, listen to this, and I put on freezer sounds 10 hours, and it's just relaxing. It's just, and she can read her book in silence, and she doesn't have to hear everybody else throughout the fucking plane, and she can just read her book. And then that's good. I have made a friend. And all I needed was the earbuds that I brought and the backup pair that I have for myself. I'm prepared, boys. I'm prepared. All she's got to do is listen to the music. But the thing is, you know, you engage with that, and this one's over here doing God knows what. This one is fucking, who knows what this one's doing. This one might not even be in her chair. All right, she might be like, fucking. She might just be like anywhere. She'd be over here. She'd be over there. She'd be here. She'd be anywhere. There's no guarantee she's even in her seat. You don't know where she is. She's everywhere. She can be anywhere she wants to be on this plane. You know what? Just leave her. Just let her have it. Read all of Foul Detective and never say anything. Could you imagine how, like, strange that would be? No, you don't bring anything. No. You gotta be careful. All right. So honestly, I'm just saying, this isn't bad. This isn't the worst spot. It seems like it could be a bad spot. We have this one right here is probably gonna kick your chair, but what can you do? But these three, you can't. These three are just back here. All right. You just have to deal with that. You just kind of have to deal with that. You can't do anything about that. These three are fine because this one may pester you if she's interested or bored. This one you can pretty much just, you can clear the air immediately. Just give her a book and then give her some headphones and just be good. Because it's not like having a conversation with her is probably not something she even isn't interested in doing with a stranger. Well, that's exactly why you throw the book. You basically make it clear, yeah, we don't have to engage in conversation. But when you're done reading the book, you could probably talk about the book. But you also, and this is important, you need to bring a book that you haven't read before. This is very important, okay? It's very important. If you give Satori a book you've read, and then she reads your mind, and then it spoils the book for her. So you need to make sure you have books you've never read. So you can't do that. That's very important. Because then you can talk about it. Unfortunately, you're going to spoil the book that you're talking about because you read it and she can read your mind. But at the very least, you can have a conversation about the book she read, which is great. So there you go. I have created the plan, boys. I have created the plan, the award-winning plan here. Yes. So Na becomes, yeah, and yeah, it does. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right, so now we're gonna go to the other side of the plane. Here we go. This is me, and now we're gonna sit between player 1 and player 2. What player am I? No, I'm not a player. That's for sure. So, this seat is probably perfectly fine because this one has proper etiquette, so you don't even have to worry about it. You're fine. And this one probably won't even, like, acknowledge you. So you're good. You could definitely afford to have small talk with Sanai. Ramu will probably not even look at you. And you know what? For some people, that's probably fine with them. All right? Now, here's where you play your card. All right? Here's where you play the card. You tell them you're going to look at you're going shrine touring. What's that mean? It means you're going where you're going, you want to go visit a bunch of shrines cuz you think shrines are cool. And you want to go see a bunch of them, and that's how the attention turns. Because this one's like, ooh, I'm gonna promote my shrine, and this one's like, ooh, I'm gonna promote my shrine. So now you're in the winners circle. All right, you're now in the winner's circle because you've changed the conversation to show you have great interest in their livelihoods, essentially. All right, and then they'll tell you, hey, I have a shrine, and then you go, oh my god, you do? Please tell me all about it. Tell me all about it. And then they're gonna start competing with each other about their shrines, but they're gonna talk about their shrine, and they're gonna tell you about Suwako and Kaneko, and they're gonna tell you about On, but then they're gonna tell you about other people, especially Ramu. Ramu's gonna tell you all about her shrine, how people keep bothering her, and you can just keep the conversation going forever. Really, you can just keep the conversation going forever. You can just keep asking about the people that visit her shrine, and you can just and obviously you're gonna be interested. You don't even have to pretend to be interested. You're just gonna be genuinely interested. You can just hear about so many different things, and other people are gonna hear it as well. Like Marissa might even start talking because Marissa's over here, and she might lean over and start talking as well. These two are beating the shit out of each other, I'm sure. So they don't have anything in this. These two are the divider. If you had a different set here, you would definitely be having a good time, I think. All right. So I think that area 4, seat 4, easiest for easiest for convo. That's right. It's really easy to talk to these two because all you have to do is talk about something simple, which is your interest in shrines. And you can use your extremely surface level knowledge and indicate your interest in learning, and bang, just like that, you've made 2 friends for 8 hours who are going to tell you all about everything, and you're going to be like, this is awesome. And then what happens? Then you go visit the shrine, and then what happens? Well, that's up to you, I suppose. That's up to you. How do you go from there? All right? I'm giving you the first step, which is the interaction on the plane. But how you continue from there is up to you. All right? I can't do anything for you. I can't do anything for you. You gotta make your own move. You gotta make your own move. What if when the plane lands, you never see any of them ever again? Man, that would suck, wouldn't it? But that's okay. We're here about the plane right now. All right. So seat 4 is pretty good. Seat 4 is pretty good and very easy to strike up conversation. So you don't have to really worry. Well, I mean, you do have to worry about saying something awkward. That you don't want to give up too much information. Remember, you know everything already. You know everything already, but you're talking to them as if you've never seen anything regarding them before. So you need to be very careful. That's all. If you start making it too clear that you know this is too much information without them telling you it, Ramu here is gonna bust her main character power and give you the the stink eye. I'm gonna give you the stink eye, and then cover blown. But you know what? If you get far enough in, you might be protected by the green one. The green one might protect you. So I don't know. Just saying. The green one might protect you. She might step in on your behest. You're an easy mark after all. That's okay if I'm an easy mark, boys. It's okay. All right. It's going to seat 5, chat. Seat 5, Kaguya and Mokou. Okay, so here's the problem. Talking to Kaguya is probably the equivalent of like an ant. Like she'll see you as a fucking ant. So that's not happening. And Mokou, while not like rude, has like no interest in small talk at all. There's no interest in small talk. She might listen. If you want to talk, she'll just listen. But it's not really much of a conversation as it's just venting. But the thing is, even if she's normally a listener, primo asshole number 1 is directly next to her and is probably fucking punch buggying. But how do you punch buggy in a plane? I don't know. Just like this. Bang. See? Perfectly natural. And it makes her angry. It makes her angry, and then they get in a fight, and suddenly there's a new emergency exit on your side of the plane, and you fly away. And then you fly away. Ah! So you wouldn't... The situation here is probably... Like, Kane and Anon are not here. There is no mediator. These two are dangerous. Regardless of where you're sitting, they're dangerous. But when you're just next to Mokou, you're kind of worried that you're not going to get hit by something, and you really wish you weren't there. So this seat is terrible. This seat is absolutely terrible. No engage. High danger. Not boring, but like you can't relax. Alright? You can't relax. There's nothing you can do, alright? There's literally nothing you can do. Don't even think for a second you could be some kind of fucking mediator, okay? You are just at the mercy of those two. You are stuck. Theoretically, you are stuck in the middle of a cat fight. A never-ending cat fight for 8 hours. Now, what you could do... This is the only play I see. The only play I see here... is you ask Mokou to switch seats, so you sit between them, if only just to keep them away from each other, so there's a higher chance of survival. That's the only thing I can think of, and I think Mokou would agree, but like at that point, like, who are you? Does Kaguya give a shit? I don't think she gives a shit. You know what? Maybe she'd give a shit if you brought your Nintendo Switch. What if you brought, okay, here's my third arm with my Nintendo Switch. Oh yeah, boys. Oh yeah. I got games on that. And I play it, and suddenly the eyeballs, they be looking over like, look at those games. Play some games. I pull out a deck of cards and then set up a table, and they can play, and then Mokou sets all the cards on fire because Kaguya is using sleight of hand, and then I lose my cards. And then I lose my cards, and then I'm like, my cards? That's not good. Why'd you do that? See, based on fan and interpretation, it can be assumed that if you bring your Nintendo Switch on the plane, you could probably distract Kaguya with that. But realistically, Kaguya is an extremely boring character. So like, what would it actually work? You would have to heavily lean on the idea that she is like Fanon. Otherwise, I don't think you're getting anything there. So, seat 5. Seat 5 is the worst. Seat 5 is definitely the worst. Easily the worst. I would not. I would not. No. And now we have seat 6. Between the Scarlet Sisters. Chat, this is the best seat. This is the number 1 seat. This is the ride or die seat right here. This is my seat. Alright? This spot is pretty terrible. No, this is the right seat. This is the right seat, because this is your in. this is your in, boys. You get to sit between the Scarlet Sisters, and now all you gotta do is make a good impression. All right? Just gotta make a good impression. Cause if you hit it off with these two, these three automatically follow. All right? You succeed. You get it, and you get an in with Mailing, Kaguya, and Patchouli. All right. So that's the way I see this. It's a big if. Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the thing. How do you supposed to do that? Listen to me. So let's assume here that you have a choice, right? You have a choice to sit in any of these seats. All right. And because of the nature of these characters, Remy is the kind of character who is only interested by interesting humans, right? Are you interesting? Are you interesting? Can you honestly say that you are interesting? Not really, but I'm going to try, okay? So here's what you do. You go in there, you take a seat, and then you make the, you don't really brag or anything, but you try to indicate that you chose that seat intentionally, because that might make her turn her head and be like, you willingly chose to sit between the two vampires. That was weird. My tablet died on that spot. I think that would impress her. I think that would be impressive. All right, I think that's your in. That's your in. You get these two. You get these two in, because you could probably entertain Flandre with numerous things like your Fumo, and your Bush Light, and your Nintendo Swip. All right, you could do all kinds of things, but then it's just a matter of how interesting do you think you are, and this is the game. Confidence, confidence, confidence. All right, you need to be confident. And you need to hope to God that whatever you're talking about is interesting. But also, you need to make it clear that you're interested in them, right? You need to pour on some of that gravy. Talk about yourself. And if it's going well, ask, flatter. Make sure to use your manners. Use your manners. Flatter, and get some information out of them. Ask them about their life, what they do. And you can do that, and it'd be like really cool. Maybe you can hook yourself up with a job. All right, hold on. Maybe you're looking for work. Maybe you're offering to work, and then suddenly you have a job, and that's your in, boys. That's your in. Now I work at the Scarlet Devil Mansion. Kaguya is my boss, and I get to eat pork buns with Mailing at 9 p.m. every night. Isn't that great? Isn't that great? That's a fucking goal. That's a fucking goal, boys. That's your in. You're in. Just like that. You're in just like that. Paggy wouldn't try to stop it. Paggy doesn't stop anything. Do they have money? No, they don't pay in money. They pay in room and food. When you work in the Scarlet Devil Mansion, they give you a room and they feed you. But Kaguya is so good at her job that the fairy maids don't really do that much, but they're still all given food and board. Which means me, who is definitely more capable than a fairy, but not as capable as Kaguya, will be actually pretty helpful. All right? You just gotta give it a shot. Give it a shot. And you know what? It might never come to anything. It might never come to anything. But it depends on if you're willing to try. That's all. You got to be willing to try. How do you please these two? Learn how to fight. All right? Go to Mailing, learn how to fight. Get Mailing to teach you karate. Now I can fight. Now I am an expert in fighting. And now I'm cool. Now I'm cooler. Now I'm more impressive. And then you fight. All right? Then I learn how to fight. And if I learn how to fight, then it's awesome. Now I'm cool. Now I'm the big guy. There you go. There you go. Mailing is your best friend. In the ocean, in this ocean of madness, Mailing is the sunrise. She is the sunrise every day. You see her, and it's always a big smile and a good morning, and you're like, I can make it through today. I can do it. And if you ask her to teach you how to do the kung fu, she'll teach you how to do the kung fu. And now you are trained. You are able-bodied. You are muscular. You are a heartthrob, and you look good in a suit. So you're educated, well-mannered, and strong. And then where do you go from there? I don't know. It depends. You may never have to go to the library ever if you don't want to. You're gonna have to interact with Sakuya, but it can just be completely business. You might never have to touch goo in your life, and for your sake, it's probably better that you don't. But it all depends, you know? It all depends. It's like the start of a visual novel, boys. It's the start of a visual novel. Where do you go from here? And Kwakama's in a pet cage. Kwakama's in one of those like carry-ons. She's in here. She's in one of those carry-ons in the back. It's alright. She'll be okay. Kwakama's the hidden character. She's the hidden character there. So there you go, chat. But again, you have to do it here. You have to succeed here. So the way I see it, chat, if you fail, then it's gonna be awkward. It is gonna be awkward. They're not gonna kill you, I hope, unless you really fuck up. But if you fuck up here, then it's just like, well, shit, you blew it. But if you succeed, you gotta think of the possibilities. Like, if you succeed in these other areas, it's like, it's not bad, mind you. But if you succeed here, your whole world opens up. The whole world opens up for you. Alright? You hit the common route right here, and then you hit the common route, which will always take you to Mailing, and once you're in the common route with Mailing, then that's when the routes start to diverge. Alright? The common route will introduce you to all the characters, and then you can figure out where to go from there. Maybe you stay on that mailing route. You stay on that common route long enough, it's the Mailing route now. Alright? Oh my. So that's the way I'm looking at it, alright? The way I look at it is that, in my opinion here, you gotta take the biggest opportunity. Alright? You gotta take the biggest opportunity. Now, like I said, if you're just trying to get from point A to point B, you want to pick somewhere that's not that bad. But if you're trying to make the most of this situation, I think that you can make the most by seat 6. I think that you can make the most by seat 6. You could also do well to make the most out of seat 4. Seat 5 is a no-go. So basically the left side of the plane is fairly low risk, but fairly low reward. And the one on the right is, well, at varied risk and varied reward. I don't think you can get anything out of seat 5 though. Alright? Alright, I don't think you're getting anything out of seat 5, but in my opinion, because the way I'm viewing this as you got one shot at this, you might as well take it, right? Take the shot. If it works out, then you know, your whole fucking life changes. And if it doesn't work out, well, that sucks, but that's life, baby. You could now, it also depends on the characters you like as well, right? Can you sit in the aisle? Well, I mean, no. Can you do that on a real plane? Can you do that on a real plane? No, you have to pick a seat. There's not that many bad seats. So if I had to rank them, chat. Okay, let me rank them. Oops, I was drawing on the wrong layer. Oh well, that's fine. If I had to rank them, and this is my personal opinion, alright? Number 6. followed by number 4, followed by number 1, followed by number 3, followed by number 2, followed by number 5. That's my ranking. Why? Let me explain. So number 6, as I already explained, biggest opportunity. If you pull it off, you're in, baby. Number 4, very easy, and you know with how many people Ramu knows, you could talk for hours. It'll be great. Very easy to engage with the ones around you. Number 1, safe. Not too chatty, but you might, you might be able to. But if you can make a fumo, you're in there, boys. All right. Number 3, easily solved. Headphones and a book, possible discussion. But if not, Satori's not gonna bother you, and Koishi, who knows? Number 2, window seat next to Youmu. Youmu might not even look at you, and you're good. That's it. Fine, safe, easy. But the problem I have with that one is that while it is definitely the safest, it is the least interactive. It is the hardest to turn into anything. I'm about opportunity here, chat. I'm not trying to get from point A to point B without dying. I'm trying to take advantage of this situation in a way that gets me, this is your opportunity. And I'm fucking taking it. And then number 5, where there's not only is there no opportunity here, but it's just highly dangerous. It's highly dangerous and awkward. Any attempt to communicate will be met with pretty much no response or like angy towards this one. So you can't win. You can't win. Okay, chat. Now that I have given my list. Where are you sitting? Feel free to let me know in the comments below, and why, because, well, I just realized that my pelvis is removed from my body. There you go. There you go. Alright. Now, let me erase everything now. So I'll show you what we're gonna do now. Oh, I actually can't undo any further. I ran out of undos. Alright. That's a soft eraser. Okay. You need to have confidence. Here's what I'm gonna do, chat. Watch this. Alright? We're gonna kill Rumia. Goodbye, Rumia. And we're gonna kill Mei Ling. Alright. And now we have seat 7 and seat 8. Alright, so now we put aisle seats in this equation. So what are we gonna do? I'll show you. I'll show you what we're gonna do here. Alright. Allow me to show you how we're gonna approach this. Let me move all this. Let me just make sure everything is in there. Okay, alright. Close. Okay. We're gonna build our own plane, chat. We're gonna build our own plane. And by that... What the hell was that? Oh, it's my phone. Why'd that fall? Did it break? No, it's good. It's loud. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna click start. We're gonna get 2 characters. Those are gonna be our characters for our plane. Alright? Cheers to that, mate. I will make an exception. And I will exclude all the characters we've seen so far. So let's start building our plane, boys. Number 1. Okay. Oh. So, I want to exclude Koishi. Because she's already on it. So, Kyoko is our number 1. Let me see. One sec, I might have to... It's gonna get kind of weird. Let me see. No, where is it? I have every asset I need here. Okay. Number 1. And we're going in the order here. Kyoko. It's good. There we go. Kyoko, number 1. Alright. Someone didn't bring their carry-on. So, I'm gonna reload. And we're gonna click it again. So I'm gonna click it again until we get another character who's next to someone we've already seen. So this may take a little bit, chat. Okay, there we go. Hina. Because Chirno is on the plane. Even though Chirno is barely relevant, Chirno was on the plane. So seat 1 is Kyoko and Hina. What a plane. Oh. Good. There's our first seat, boys. Our first seat. Kyoko and Hina. Alright. Now I'm gonna click tie. Tojiko and Star Sapphire. Okay. I don't know about that one. Oh, I have them sorted in 12.3, I think. Yeah, I do. No, I don't. 12.8. Okay. Awkward, isn't it? She's got bunny ear. And then Tojiko. Erase, erase, erase. Okay, there's our number 2-seater. Alright. Next. No, we already had Ramilia. But we got Yuma. So we'll take Yuma, okay. We'll take Yuma and then we will do the same thing as before. Give me someone not you. Okay, Kaneko. Yuma and Kaneko. Yuma and Kaneko. Where are you? There. That was the wrong button. So was that? Yuma. Oh, I don't know about this spot, brother. Uh-oh. I don't know about this spot. The plot of 17.5. Yes. Did she really bring her big ass stupid fucking donut on the plane? Yeah, I'm sure she did. It's like actually just in the other seat. Why is this god not traveling first class? Well, who cares? Nice hat, jackass. Alright, now for the next seat. Okay. The Sanyo and Zanmu. Sanyo and Zanmu. Oh my god. No smoking. Okay, Sanyo. And Chat, I don't have a Zanmu picture ready. So I'm gonna have to get creative. Okay, alright. Here you go. Here you go. And her stupid shirt. Her big stupid shirt. There you go. Zanmu. Good. Yes. That's her. That's her as I remember. Yep. Very good. That's Zanmu, alright. There you go. There's our next seat. Alright, moving on. Okay. Enoko and Ringo. Why did the images die for them? I don't have Enoko either. God damn it. Well. I got it. Ringo. That's my goat. Ringo. And then... Goodbye, Snai. Welcome to the void. Alright. Enoko. Let's see. you go. That's Anoko. And here's your bear trap. Get 2 of them, of course. Kind of look like crazy eyes, actually. Enoko. There you go. Okay. Alright. Next. No, not Mokou. Mayumi? Mayumi? Okay. Mayumi and I need to click until I get somebody who's already in there. Alright, Doremi. Mayumi and Doremi. Mayumi and Doremi. Already on, okay. Okay. Alright. This music is penile. Alright. Do. Okay, we got 2 more. We got 2 more. Let's hit that refresh button though. Bring everybody back in. Bring everybody back in. Hit that refresh button. Alright. No. Tay and Mizuchi. Oh. That's the disaster. No. Great. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, 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 oi. Death. And Mizuchi. I don't have Mizuchi. I don't think anyway. No, I don't. I got everybody else. Alright. Easy solution. There we go. It's what I'm gonna fix it. Watch. Okay, alright. And it's just that easy. It's just that easy. See? It's just that easy. I don't, oh, wait. And the coup de grace. The sharp teeth. Because, yes, she's got sharp teeth. And angry eyes. That's Mizuchi. That's her. Yep. Okay, alright, one more. Okay, one more. One more, last one. Ellie and Simireko. Oh, I accidentally undid. There we go. Okay. Ellie and Sumereko. Do not save. Do not save. How'd you get that on there? What an airplane, boys. What an airplane, am I right? What an airplane. Could you ask for a better ride? Could you? Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Where do you sit? Where do you sit on this lovely... Okay, so you got 8 hours, boys. You got 8 hours. Let's run the template. Let's run the template. Let's run the template. Alright, your name is John. That's you, as per usual. You are a baghead. Dumbass. And you have your ticket to the flight. And your seat is your seat 1? You seat 1? Are you seat 2? Seat 3? Seat 4? Seat 5? Seat 6? And with new additions, seat 7? Or seat 8? What is your ticket, John? Where are you going? And let's discuss this like adults. Ready? Here we go. Seat number 1. You are between a dog and Hina. Now, Hina is interesting because Hina causes issue with the misfortune. What kind of misfortune is she gonna give you? The kind of misfortune that would probably make you feel very ill for the entirety of the flight. Imagine that. 8 hours of feeling sick and gross and icky and yuck. Oh. Hina's misfortune develops a rapid headache, and then you're next to Queen Yap over here with the biggest mouth you've ever seen. Hey, check it out, I found this megaphone. Isn't that cool? And this is you, by the way. This is you right here. Your head right here, directly in the megaphone. That's you. Yahoo! Could you imagine such a scary situation? How misfortunate is that? Hina's misfortune is not, it's not really explained per se. Her misfortune can pretty much be anything. So, assuming that it's not the destruction of the plane, because come on now, that's stupid. Anybody saying that's a fucking idiot. You have to sit there and deal with whatever may come, which in my opinion is just going to be feeling utterly ill. Oops, sorry, your ears are popping for the next 8 hours and you feel nauseous. But like, Hina herself has nothing to do with it. Hina's just there. Meanwhile, Kyoko's just kind of like Kyoko. I mean, you can maybe talk to her, but she has a tendency to not turn the volume knob down. So she's loud. And you could probably talk to Hina, but every now and again you're talking to her and then suddenly you want to like fucking die because... But there's only so much misfortune she could have, right? What if she has no misfortune on her? What if she boarded the plane and left all the misfortune like at the gate? Like what if she got rid of it all? What if she's clean? And since it's an enclosed space, she can't really gather misfortune here, right? And if she does, it'd be like a tiny little bit, and it wouldn't really be anything, right? There really wouldn't be that much of anything. In which case, Hina would be a very pleasant conversation partner. Maybe. And then her dog. It's not her dog, but that is a dog. It may be hers. It's not hers, but it may be. You never know. You'd probably be very confused if there was a dog next to you. I think Hina would be a fine choice, assuming that when you board and she's there, there's no misfortune already. That's important. Alright? But otherwise, if Hina is just Hina, and you sit next to her and then suddenly, bam, misfortune in your face, then you are actually going to be fucking miserable. To no fault of her own, of course. It's your fault, dumbass. Don't sit next to the misfortune goddess. Duh. Stupid. Baka. Dummy. Seat 1. Worst. Worst. Air sickness of your life. Easy. Easy. But again, it's all dependent on the amount of misfortune that Hina has accumulated up to that point, and whether or not you're affected by it. Otherwise, you're just next to a white woman and her dog, and there you go. That's it. That's it. Easy. Let's go to seat 2. Seat 2 is next to Tojiko. To be honest, there's not much to say here, because well, Tojiko just kind of exists, I guess. Tojiko doesn't have a personality, so like Tojiko would probably be the most normal person, because it would just be like small talk. But the difference is she could electrocute you, I suppose. Star, I don't think Star would do anything. I think Star would just sit there. Star wouldn't do anything stupid. I mean, like, Kanako is literally staring right at her. And also, you know, like, Zamu is there, I guess. There's a couple delinquents here, but like, Kanako is kind of like the chaperone. So Star's not gonna do anything. You could probably entertain a fairy well enough, but the problem is with that is that you're on the other side. You're on the window seat, so you can't really. There's no reason to engage with Star at all, unless you switch seats with Tojiko. But like, why would she want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Why? I don't know. I don't have a read on Tojiko because she doesn't have any character. Hell, most of the characterization she gets is she's just angry and prone to lightning bolts. So it's like, I don't want to talk to that. I don't want to fucking talk to someone who's prone to short-tempered and then blasting me with lightning bolts. No, I'm good. I don't need that. I don't want that. So I think seat 2 is equivalent to a normal flight. And that's about it. You don't really get anything out of this. Like, let's say for somehow you hit it off. Then what? Oh, let me go introduce you to Miko. Okay. And then you meet Miko and Futo, and then what? Well, now you can commit to... You can go commit to whatever the fuck that is. No, I'm good. That'd be pretty pog. No. That wouldn't be pog at all. You would just be another dude. You'd just be in the mausoleum learning Taoism. You don't give a fuck about Taoism. You don't give a fuck about that. Come on. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. You don't give a shit. So yeah, C2 is extremely safe because you're probably just encouraged to not engage with the people around you. Don't even worry about it. Let's go to C3. I don't know how C3 would work. Could you talk to Kaneko? Could you talk to Kaneko? Like, nice weather we're having. You're welcome. Oh. Huh. We're starting with Kaneko here. I don't know. I don't know if you could... what could you possibly bring to the table for Kaneko, right? What could you bring to the table? To her, you're just a dude. You're just some dude. And that's fine. She will probably give you protection from the one next to her. But I don't think she would do anything. I just don't think you'd be able to do anything with Kaneko. I think she's just like unironically worlds apart. You wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't be able to engage. Yuma, on the other hand, Yuma's funny because I feel like you could talk with Yuma a little bit, but like, Yuma's not a good person. Yuma kind of bad. Like, what would you talk to Yuma about? Hey, you want to eat food? Like, what kind of food? What's the deal with airline food? And then, like, what do you get? Then what? How about oil? I don't know shit about oil. Why would she give a shit about oil anyway? What can you possibly talk about with Yuma that would, like, you would be able to like, have a conversation with her? That's a cool spoon. You think she would actually respond to that, like, at all? Odds are she wouldn't actually have it on the flight because carry on, and we gotta follow the rules of the airplane, of course. Follow the rules of the airplane. Come on now. I can't think of anything you talk about with this character. Oh. Especially since any admittance to wrongdoing while next to Kaneko is not a good idea. That's just not a good idea. Like, what could you possibly do? You could feed her if you brought snacks, but, like, that'll only get you so far. She's not like a fucking, like, stray cat. You're not just gonna feed her and then she's just gonna, like, follow you around. You probably give her, you probably, like, offer her a snack and she rips the bag out of your hand and eats the whole damn thing and leaves you with the snack you offered. And then what do? Hey, that's mine. Give that back. What are you gonna do, huh? Numbnuts? She may be 3'7", but, like, she could probably fucking bench press you up and down easily. Just toss you out the window. She'll open the emergency exit and just toss you. Do you think she gives a fuck? I don't think she gives a fuck about anything. This chick is too cool for that. She'll just kill you. Why not? Fuck you. See ya, bitch. Just eat pant. Why don't you? I don't care. Thank you for the raid, Christian. I don't think you win here. I think this just sucks. Sucks a lot. Cause you're not any form of interaction with this one is troublesome, and any form of interaction with this one is basically impossible. It's just impossible. You can't communicate with this uppity, holier than thou god. And trying to communicate with Yuma is just not gonna work. And like I said, if you try to engage in in conversation of the behavior that she's more known for, I think Kaneko would probably slap you. So there's no winning here. It's like either you sit in silence or you come off the plane as a wanted criminal. Like, no thanks. So then what about seat 7, streamer? Well, first of all, the only way I would sit in seat 7 is if you literally, like, strapped me to the chair and told me I had to sit there. Because there's no fucking way that I would ever sit in that. First of all, that's a smoker lane. Because Sanyo be smoking. Because she has no decency. Smoking her goddamn dragon pipe over there by the window, thinking she Dracula Flo. Meanwhile, Zamu's just sitting there in the middle seat, doing who knows what. Because you think she gives a fuck about me? Well, feelings mutual. I don't give a fuck about you either. But, like, there's no conversation here. I'm in the aisle seat. So all I can do is, I can't even talk to my neighbor. Because the aisle seat number 8 is open. So it's just nobody there. So I'm just next to Zanmu, and then over there's like the fucking faint smell of smoke. and tobacco because that bitch over there is just smoking the whole goddamn flight. It's like, but I don't smoke. I don't want to be in the smoking section. Too bad. Too bad. Enjoy it. I don't like Zamu and I don't like Sanyo. These are two of my least favorite characters in the entire series. So I have absolutely no interest in even attempting to converse. But like, what do you even talk about? What do you talk about with them? Oh, you like Siggy? I like Siggy. You want smoke? You want smoke pipe? You want smoke? Yeah, we smoke. Yes. But like what? Okay, let's talk about gambling. Oh, let me tell you about the time I lost 10K on the slots. Like, no? What do you talk about with this woman? Huh? She smokes and she gambles. That's great. I smoke and I gamble too. That is nothing to be proud of. That's just nothing to be proud of. What do you do? Try playing cards. Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Let's play 52 pickup. And I'll just throw a fucking deck of cards at Zamu's head. And we'll play together. That'll be a lot of fun, right? That'll be so much fun. We can pick up all 52 cards that are scattered across Zamu's entire person. And then I can figure out how I'm going to fucking survive the next 5 seconds after I do that. Should I do that? No. Can I do that? Yeah. Should I? No. Can I? Yeah. Will I? Well, we'll never know because I'm not in that scenario. You like cards? Yeah, what do you want to play? You like Go Fish? And that's when the conversation stops. Sanyo could be your lifesaver here. Her smoke calms others down. This implies that Zamu wouldn't just pulp me with like no change of her expression. This is assuming that throwing a deck of playing cards at Zamu would make her get angry. She would probably just look at me and then fucking pulp me, and that's it. Why would she? What, wouldn't you? When a mosquito lands on your arm and sucks your blood, do you just sit there and go, could you go away? Or do you smack it and then go on with your life as if nothing happened? Like, come on. Come on, man. Use your fucking noggin. Use your brain. Alright? Crushed. Dead. Why are we the mosquito here? How... You really mean to tell me that you don't see in this situation where you throw a deck of cards at Zamu that she doesn't just look at you as some annoying pest and then just fucking eliminates you without a single care? She's from hell. Well, no, she's not from hell, but she's from hell. And she literally pissed off everybody in hell by just abandoning them. She's stone cold. Look at her. Look at that fucking face. Stone cold. Stone cold. Kill you dead. Kill you dead. I wouldn't even give a shit. Bro, why did we do that? There's no we in this scenario. There's only you. Well, actually, it's me. I'm saying that I would throw a deck of cards at Zamu because it'd be funny. But, well, I mean, would it be funny? Would it be funny? I guess it depends. Would it be funny when I'm dead? Well, I don't know. Maybe. Could be. Someone might laugh. Yuma might laugh. Mizuchi might laugh. She's great. I love Mizuchi. Chat, I have absolutely no. Chair 7 gets no shot. This amounts to anything. This is one of the worst seats. No, terrible seat, awful seat. Garbanzo seat. Garbanzo. Alright? Don't sit there, it's bad. Never sit there, it's bad. Alright, let's go to seat 4. This is the best seat in the house. This is the best seat in the house right here. Oh my god, look at that. You get to sit next to Ringo. You get to sit next to Ringo. And you sit next to Enoko. Yes. Whoa. Do you think Enoko has her bear traps like just equipped on her arm? That'd be really awkward if she's using the armrest and you just like you go to move your arm there and you accidentally like snap on the fucking bear trap and suddenly there goes your arm, dickhead. Now you have a wound on your arm for the rest of the flight from a fucking bear trap. Oops. Oh well. Should have thought of that one out, huh? Didn't ya? I don't think the ending showed her taking them off. The ending only showed her taking off her necklace, or whatever you call it. The gem around her neck. Ringo's fine though. Ringo doesn't even matter. You could probably talk to Ringo. Ringo might have some food. She might offer you a sample of her food. I think you could probably talk food with her. I don't know if she'd talk about the moon. Not that you would really know to talk about that, but you would. But why would you bring that up, right? I don't know. I think Ringo's probably just kind of safe. I don't think you could do anything wrong with Ringo, but like, what do you talk about with Ringo? You could talk about food, but like, I don't really think that'll get you very far. What is that? What do you get from talking about food with Ringo, right? What do you get? I don't know. You get I don't know. Maybe she'll tell you about her time. Maybe she'll tell you about her time in the most popular band out of the UK for like 5 years. Maybe she'll tell you about that. That'd be great. She was in a band? Yeah, of course she was. I was in a band. You're all in a band too. Get it? Because you're all band. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. This is what happens when you put a character on the plane who has nothing. Because, like, what do I do? I don't know what I do. I don't know. What do I do? What do I talk about? You know, I'm something of a government informant myself. Like, wow, let's relate with our jobs. Her job was intelligence bureau with the moon and dongo salesman. You know, I'm something of an intelligence man myself. Yep, that's me. I'm very intelligent. I am very smart. That's why I am John. That's why I have a bag over my head. It's very good. What about Enoko? So the part about Enoko that scares me is the example I gave earlier, where you just accidentally like bump. You kind of bump her arm, and then you end up sticking your hand in her bear trap, and it clamps, and you lose a finger or something. And it's just like, oh, that's great. I needed that. But otherwise, Enoko seems like she'd just be relatively tame. You know, you could probably say hello and then talk a little bit, but like, what does she do? I don't know. I don't think anybody knows what she does. I don't think you get very far through small talk. I can't think of a conversation that would really, you know, get the ball rolling. I can't think of a conversation that would get the ball rolling and you'd be able to like keep up and actually make it interesting. So I think as far as this goes, we're gonna call it safe in asterisks and like boring or just like hard to advance, I guess. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Alright. We'll go to number 5. Number 5, Mayumi and Doremi. So, Mayumi, well, she might not even be active. She might just be like, she might just be sitting there. I don't know, dude. She might just be there. What can I say? She might just, like, be there. Underrated spot, IDK. Why, you really... Okay. Well, Doremi's there. What's Doremi doing on a plane? If you saw Doremi on the plane, wouldn't you just assume you're dreaming? Would you ask her that? Would you ask her if you're dreaming? Doremi's the kind of character who shows up in exposition dumps. As far as an individual goes for her character, there's not a lot of personality to her outside of, you know, that. Which is really funny, because in the fighting games, she does that too, but then when you actually fight her, she turns into a fucking freak. And then trumpets and balloons and vacuum cleaner, and like, what are you doing? I don't even understand what the fuck you're doing. But like, her moves are not really, they're not really the same as like, her personality would lead you to believe, I guess. Oh. I don't know, I don't know what you would talk to Doremi about. Could you talk to her? What if you just talked to her about your dreams? Do you think she would get bored if you just told her about your dreams? I have my dreams written down. I mean, you could ask her questions, but that would be interesting for me if she had information like that. I would probably just ask her, I would talk about my dreams and ask her about them. What if she knew one of them? What if she could help me better understand or better experience my dreams, right? What if? But otherwise, I have no idea what you talk to her. She has my dreams written down too. That'd be really cool. And I ask her if this was a dream, and then she'd just give me that stupid look. You know, that look that she be given, that stupid fucking look that she be given. But as far as she goes, she seems pretty harmless. She seems pretty harmless, but I don't think you'd be able to get very much out of the conversation. But you could try. So I'd give that a safe enough. Again, Mayumi is completely irrelevant to this conversation. She ain't doing shit. Boremi equals Z literally. Limau. Okay. The three face. Yeah. You know the one. You know the one. Hit him with the... 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 Okay. Okay, alright. Seat 6. Tei and Mizuchi. I don't know how much of this I even need to talk about. Is there like what could you do here? So Tei is not a conversation partner. It's just not. She's really lucky, so there's fortune in seeing her, and you could take advantage of that in some capacity. But then, like, are you actually gonna like talk to her? Are you gonna even attempt to talk to her? What if she ropes you into some scheme? What if she gets ya? But then, even just putting Tei aside for a second, we got fucking Mizuchi next to you. What are you gonna do about that? But streamer, Mizuchi is what chapter Mizuchi are we talking about? To be honest, I don't know. What if this is like latest chapter Mizuchi, where it's like Steven Universe showed up and was like, it's okay, she said she was sorry, and now she's like a cool character, and we all love her, and we welcome her into the world of Touhou? Or is this like chapter 10 Mizuchi, where she like killed Alice, or what it possibly killed Alice? You know, like what level of Mizuchi are we talking about here? Nah. What? Are we talking about kill Ramu, or are we talking about like, sorry Ramu, I did a bad. Please send me back to hell. I've been bad. I punish. What Mizuchi are we talking about? All right. What? Okay. Let's. Here's the scenario. We're gonna sit down in seat 6. I'm just gonna sit down. I'm gonna look at like my phone or something, and I'm just gonna be like, man, fuck Ramu. Fuck Ramu. And then Mizuchi gonna be like, And then she'd be like, well, you gotta. I couldn't help but hear that you got some problem with Hakude Ramu, and I'd be like, yeah, I do. I got some fucking problems with her. I got some fucking problem with her. I do. then you need to figure out if you can complain about Ramu for 8 hours. Some people can. Some people can complain about Ramu for a long time. Not me though. I can't complain about Ramu. So I'd say that, and then I'd like show her my phone, and I'd show her like I'm playing a game and Ramu is the boss and she just beat me and I got mad and she'd be like, what? And then she would leave me alone. and then she would leave me alone. It's pretty good, right? What did you say? It's pretty good. I'd rather talk to Tay. I think I would sit down and I would just yawn and I would stretch and I would pull out a bunch of fucking $100 bills in the hand that is closest to Tay and just fan myself. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's so hot in this plane. I should have got some more dollary dues to bring up here to make a better fan. And she'd be like, hey, I know what you mean, but you know I could show you how to make some more of them dollary dues. I could give you a little check this out. Let me give you a little tip. Let me give you a little product screening. And then we're business partners. And then we're business partners. And I tell her about Fumos and we get in on that and we make Fumos and they become widespread. Everybody loves them. We're business partners and we're best friends and we're having a great relationship. And we can trust each other, and suddenly out of nowhere, when the sky turns gray and the rain comes down and I step into the office and she's like, you're excused, I don't need you anymore, I got all your intellectual property. And then she kicks me out onto the street because she accessed our shared bank account because I thought we were friends, I thought we were besties, I thought we could share all of our finances, but nope, she took all the money out and put it in her own private account and sent me out on the street. And what do? Then I get, what do I do there? What happens next? Now I live in a box. My life's creation. All the Fumos that exist in the world, they were all because of me. But now they're, the only Tay has the rights to them. I lost everything. What do I do at that point? Well, that's easy. That's when I activate Revenge Scheme. I activate the revenge plotline. I pick up my samurai sword and I reenact Kill Bill. I've never seen Kill Bill ever. I don't know how that movie goes, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna enter the corporation and I'm gonna take out all the bunnies and then I'm gonna confront the boss and she's gonna turn into a big monster because they always do, like Ganondorf, Ganon style. And I'm gonna play like a Dark Souls boss fight. And I'm gonna take her out, and that's when I defeat her and I find out that actually the whole time she was just trying to put the money together for some special surprise for me. And I killed her, and then no surprise. The surprise is she's dead now, asshole. So no surprise, no fun. It was all a big prank. It was all just a prank. She tried to prank me and I reacted too poorly and she couldn't tell me it was just a prank, and then the result was death and sadness and no happy, all happy gone. Happy is gone. What do you think? Do you think I have a chance with this movie? It's a good movie. How do we change the ending? We change the ending by her saying it was a prank, and I go, haha, that's a good one. Oh, you always were a trickster, Tay. And she goes, yeah, ain't I? And then we continue our thriving business together until the day I die. And then I leave her all of my assets in my will, and I'm dead. And she continues on the company, and happy ending. Yes. That's good. Streamer, you're sitting on the plane, calm down. Yeah, but like, every meeting starts on a plane, right? Every meeting starts on a plane. What if you met the love of your life, your business partner for life, because you sat down on a random plane and just decided to flash how much cash you had on hand? Huh? You know, you think about that, huh? You didn't. You're not thinking wide enough. Wow, that's a cool character. I am now going to fantasize about living the rest of my life with them at my side. Yep, that's totally normal human behavior, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. I bet it is. You know what's even more normal human behavior? Not getting on this fucking plane to begin with. This plane is a mess. Look at this shit. So, in short, maximum drama film level shenanigans. Yep, that's how you spell shenanigans. Write that down. Shenanigans. Lol. It's good. Alright, okay, alright. Alright, number 8. Number 8. Ellie and Sumireko. I don't wanna sit here, do you? Do you wanna sit here? I don't wanna sit here. Sitting here is a what do you get from sitting here? Huh? What do you get from sitting here? Ellie is just like, what does she do? I'd say hello, and she'd say hello, and then I just sit. And I look to the side, and I see Sonya smoking a fat fucking doobie, and Zamu just like playing with herself. I don't know. And then what? Like, then what? What would I do? I don't know. I'd say hello to Ellie, and then Ellie talks about nothing, and then Sumireko's there, and she's just like a teenager, so like, I don't want to fucking talk to her. I have no desire to talk to her, not even remotely. Be like, hey, flowers are cool, and Ellie'd be like, yeah, flowers are cool, I guess. You know, that's pretty neat. But then it's like, I ask her what she does for a living, and she'd be like, why do you care? Like, I don't think Ellie is like that kind of, I don't think Ellie's that kind of person. I don't think Ellie's that mean. I think Ellie would probably be more likely just, like, she's probably pretty good at small talk, right? Ellie's probably pretty good at small talk, but like, I don't know how you keep, I don't know how you keep the conversation going at all. I think you would just kind of like flounder after a little bit, and it would be like you'd eventually stop having something to talk about, and you just do whatever you brought naturally. And again, because you're in the aisle seat, so the danger of the aisle seat and the far seat is that the only way the other character gets engaged is if you like they chime into whatever's going on when you're talking to the person in the middle seat, right? And there's no character correlation like this. It's kind of weird. Sumireko, I don't even want to talk to Sumireko. Sumireko wouldn't engage with me. She would just sit on the plane. Maybe she would because she'd be like, wow, you're a regular human on this plane. That's kind of cool. And I'd be like, yeah, I guess so. That's cool, right? And then she would probably try to talk more, and I would give like dismissive half-assed answers because I don't want to talk to her. No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. If Sumireko was a cool guy, I would play the video game with her. I would, I'd pass her the Joy-Con, and then and Ellie would be like in the middle, and then Ellie would like join, and then we'd play games because I think Ellie would be the kind to play games and enjoy. And then we would go, ha, I'm having fun playing, fun games with normal people. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. You know what? That's good. That's good. We can play the game, and everybody would play, and Sumireko and I would have to teach Ellie how to play, and she would try really hard, and it would be kind of adorable to see how hard that she tried. And then we would teach her, and then she would win, and she would pop off, and I'd be like, congratulations, Ellie, you did it. And we'd be besties, and it's all thanks to Sumireko. Yeah, there you go. I made a new friend. Look at that fictitious scenario. Isn't that great? Alright, chat, now let's rank them from best to worst. So if I had to choose a seat that I would like to sit in, I think the safest bet, straight up, is 8. Now that I've said it, 8 is probably the best. You could have some fun and there's no real danger. Next one, I would probably put number 1. However, this is very, very tentative because it's based entirely on how much goo this creature has inherited prior to. If she's goo-less, then we're good. If she's goo-full, then we're in trouble. So that's a pretty heavy asterisk, but otherwise that's a definite number 1. Then I put number 2. Number 2 because it's safe. It's boring, but it's safe. Just don't talk to anybody and you're good. Next, I would put number 5. Number 5 is also pretty safe, but I don't know what Dorami's capable of. She might be some kind of freak. Who knows? Number 4, I put next, and the reason for number 4 is because Enoko scares me, and I'm worried that she might accidentally bite my finger off, and I need my fingers. After that, I would put number 3, because even though talking to Yuma is, like, probably gonna get you killed, Kaneko is there, so Yuma won't do anything, but it still sucks a lot. Next would be number 6, because even though number 6 is awful, I've already decided how the entire plotline would go down if I did it. It's still bad. It's still bad. I wouldn't want to fuck with that. I wouldn't want to fuck with that. I ain't gonna fuck with that, alright? And then number 7, because I hate everything. I hate Ramu, and I hate Sanyo, and I don't want to talk to them, and they don't want to talk to me, so it's just like, it's like when you get on a plane and you sit next to a fucking smelly man, and you're just like, God, this guy smells like shit, and then you don't have a nose plug, and he just sits there and he smells like shit. I've never had this happen to me, mind you, but I'm just saying that it would be really sucky to get stuck behind a stinky guy. What do you think? You want to get a stinky guy? Chat, you want to do one more? You want to do one more plane scenario? One more? Let's build a bear, boys. Let's build a bear. Alright, let's do it. Ready? Here we go. Let's build our primo. Let's build our primo plane moment. Ready? I'm not ready, actually. Give me a second. Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? What? Put... Go. In the right spot. Okay. I can't, like, control. Alright, are you ready? Here comes our plane number 3, boys. Let's do it. Okay, so this time, chat, I'm just gonna do it until we get 2 uniques. That's all. Hisami and Miyoi. Hisami. What the hell did I just do? What? Hisami. No, get rid of that. Miyoi. Imoi noi minoi hoi. Okay. And... oh, shit. Hold on. Oops. Okay. 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 And he saw me. I can do this. He saw me looks like this. Okay, it needs to be lower. How much lower? I don't know. Something like this. And then... something like that. And then she's got her stupid grape thing. And then her super long hair. Yeah, that sounds about right. There you go. You do this, I don't know. Yeah, give her her big dumb dress. And her badonkers. Give her badonkers. That's right, yeah. Yeah, that seems right. Yeah, that's right. That's good. Yeah, that seems good. That's her, alright. Yeah. That's her. That's Usami as I know it. Okay, alright. Go back to Rirao. Bang. Hatate and Junko. Hatate and Junko. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Why did I get 3 of the 5 fucking Touhou 19 characters? And then Mizuchi. I have every character, like, ready to go except for Touhou 19. Oh, I love this theme. This is a good-ass theme. Man, Remy's theme is so good. Whoa. Alright, Junkie. Junkie. Isn't she wonderful? Alright, Tai. Reisen and Kogasa. Reisen and Gus. Reisen and Gus. No, don't do that. Don't make that mistake. That'd be really bad. I have to redo the whole thing, and I don't think I'd want to do that. Bunny. Oki. And Gus. This is the kind of music that can knock you the fuck out. Yeah. It's good, right? I dig it. Okay. Next. Rukoto and Sagume. Listen to me, chat. Listen to me. I know what you're gonna say. Alright, streamer, put it in. I don't need to put this in. What? Keep it broad. How about you keep your thoughts to yourself? Because what do we do here? Rukoto is a robot. And Sagume won't talk to you at all. Come on, man. Come on. Okay. Yumemi and Satono. I hate Satono, but I'll lie. I'll let it ride. I'll let it ride. Yumemi and Satono. Satono what? Satono Nishida. That's her name. I know her name. Do you? I don't even like her and I know her name. What'd she do to you? Nothing. And that's kind of the problem, is she's done literally nothing. She's done nothing at all. And it's like, could you do something, please? Could you consider being a character? I would appreciate if you came back and did something, but can't show history. See all copied items in one place. Turn on clipboard history now. I don't even know what hotkey I did to make that happen. Oh, this is the boss theme of the same level, and it's Goo's theme. That's a pretty good theme. Who's Goo? I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. Tokiko and Takane. That's an interesting one. Tokiko. Tokiko. Tokiko has a pretty intricate design for being a completely throwaway character. I wonder if that's related to her staying power, or if it was just the fact that she appeared at a good time in Touhou's life, where they were hungry for literally any character they can get. So they took her and rode with her. Because as it is, she's not really a character. And there are other characters like her that showed up with more screen time later down the line, but nearly as much recognition. So I think it's just I think she just got lucky with her when she appeared. Why she became relevant to this degree. She's still not like super popular or anything, obviously, but compared to like Kappa A, B, and C, the blonde and the green-haired one and the one with glasses, like Tokiko definitely stands out. Okay. Luna and Kana. Oh boy. I thought I was on a plane, not a school bus. Good lord. Where's Sunny? Sunny's on a different plane. Sunny is the plane. What does that even mean? I don't know. Luna. Kana. Kana. Yes. Well, my head is... Whoa. Say it in an RQ. Say... I would like to talk to Aku. Aku's like a marshmallow. You know, you look at her, I feel like looking at her the wrong way would cause her physical harm. So you gotta be careful. Isn't she great? That's her name. Her name is Aku. Wow. Look at her. She's like a fucking push pop. She's adorable. Oh, that's a little... That's fine. Yeah, that works. That works for me. The fuck is a push pop? It's like a candy that you push and you suck on it. It's like a candy. That's all. It's great. I love candy. Alright, last one. Sunny, Milk, and Sarah. Whoa. Whoa. I've got a, I gotta, got any games on your phone? Look at her, look at her. Sunny Milk, Sunny Milk, Sunny Milk. Who the fuck is Sarah? That doesn't even matter, dude. It doesn't matter, cause Sunny's here. Alright, ready? One sec. I'm not ready. Give me a second. Is that it? Oh, that's what the randomizer gave me. You got a problem with the randomizer? Huh? You got a problem with it? What's the problem? Alright, here we go. Your name is John Peanut. You have a very peanut-shaped head because you were born wrong and you were laughed at all your life. But now's your chance to get the last laugh as you sit amongst some of the greatest Touhou characters to ever exist. Such heartthrobs and massive successes such as Hatate, Racing 2, Tokiko, Kana, Satono, and Sara. This might be the worst plane ride I've ever seen. This might be the worst. You are John Peanut, alright? And your goal is to not be a peanut. Whoa! Are you ready? Peanut boy, let's begin. Number 1, boobs. You got anything else, streamer? I'm sure if you gave me more time, maybe. But just because you're sitting between them doesn't mean you can put your hands on them. In fact, if you put your hands on them, you'd probably find yourself outside the plane. I wouldn't advise. I would not. I mean, we wouldn't be getting drunk. Well, but if you got drunk, then Mioi would give you Omega nightmares, and you'd be like, "Holy shit, what the fuck was that?" But also, you would know, right? You would know. Mioi talks to humans all the time, so you could probably engage in small talk. But the biggest issue, again, this is an 8-hour flight. Listen, this is an 8-hour flight. Small talk is one thing, but you can't, unless you have a topic that really, resonates with them, you're not going to be able to talk to them for 8 fucking hours. Can anybody actually talk for 8 hours about random bullshit? No. And before you say something witty, like, streamers do it all the time. Yeah, no, they don't, because streamers take breaks, and sometimes they don't talk at all, and sometimes they just watch other people talk, and then that's their content. And then they pause every now and again and go, "Yep, that's cool." And then they resume. And so no streamer actually talks for that long. No. Wow. It's 4 hours, not 8. What are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about? 4 hours? Who the fuck said 4 hours? I said 8 hours. I said 8 hours. Please don't try to talk to strangers during the whole duration of public transport rides. I'm gonna find you on a bus. I'm gonna sit down next to you, and I'm just gonna start talking about myself until eventually you respond. I'm gonna make you so uncomfortable. Oh my god. And I know you're gonna ding early, and you're gonna get up and walk the rest of the way. I'll know. I'll know that wasn't your stop. I'll fucking know, alright? I'll know. I'll give you the stink eye through the window. I'll give you the stink eye through the window, like, yeah, you walk. You rather walk than listen to me, you bitch. I'll see you next time on this fucking bus. Unless you find a different bus, you're gonna get the same thing next time, so you might as well stick along for the ride. I'm gonna get your ass. Alright? Wapow! Okay. Whoa, careful there. Alright, okay, anyway. Yeah, Mioi can talk to people just fine, but an 8-hour flight would probably be tough. But it's hard to relate to her because I don't know anything about her, and she doesn't even know what character she wants to be. Hisami, on the other hand, I don't want to talk to her at all because the conversation with her is probably not very interesting, especially since the main topic of conversation for her would be Zanmu, and I don't care. 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 I would just, you know how you would settle this? You would just look at her and go, "Nice boobs, ma'am," and then you would ignore her, and she would probably ignore you. Now, here's the thing. If you said something like that to her, if she responded positively, then, well, fucking, I guess you're on the moon now, buddy. I guess you're on the moon now. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, but that's basically me saying I have no interest in engaging in conversation with you, so I'm going to completely destroy any form of conversation we could possibly have because I'm going to make you think I'm awful. But if her response is positive, then it's like, well, fuck. I am just a peanut. I am just a peanut. I don't know what to do here. And that's you, chat. You don't have the balls, ironically. You don't have the balls to actually say that. Streamer, it's not balls that would make you say that, it's lack of common decency. Yeah, that's another word for balls. If you look it up in the book that gives you synonyms for different words, that one, if you look that up, you'll find the word ball in there next to common decency. I don't know what page though. I haven't read one of those books since like 4th grade. That's all. I can't say it, okay? I can't fucking say it. I don't know how to say it. It's got too many fucking noises, words, letters in it, okay? I can't say it. Leave me alone. Alright. Anyway, number 1. Small talk, large boobs. There you go. That's the best you're getting out of this seat. You can say hello, and then you can sit, and every now and again you'll glance, because you have no self-control, because you're all a bunch of fucking goons. Alright? And you don't follow rule number 2. Never goo. You never goo. Not in this house. Never goo. Streamer, I goo every day. No. No goo. Only I can goo. Alright? There's only 2 acceptable moments of goo. Number 1 is when goo is on the screen. Number 2 is when I say the word goo. Alright? Never goo. Chat, do you think if you called Flandre goo, she would, like, actually respond? Or do you think she'd just be confused? Would you try? No, maybe, possibly, I could. Possible. It's maybe I would. What's your name? Flandre Scarlet. Alright, I'm gonna call you Goo. What? Why? I don't know. Well, it's a nickname. Nicknames don't have to make sense, alright? Nicknames don't have to make sense at all. You can just call people things. That's what I do. I just call people names. Well, I mean, I don't, but, you know. I mean, I call the tall characters stupid names anyway. What's the problem? Hello, Goo. That's a nickname. What's her full name? Her full name is Goo Boo. That's her name. I'm shortening it. Anyway, I have not much else to add on that particular part. All right, John Peanut. What's next? Next to Hatate and Junko. So, Junko is easy, because you can just talk about how much you hate the moon. However, Raisin is directly behind you, so she might kick your seat. Raisin might kick your seat a little bit for this. But if you just sit down, just like Mizuchi, you can just sit down and be like, man, I fucking hate the moon. And Junko will be like, that's quite a bold proclamation from a human. And I'd be like, man, but the moon people think they're so much fucking better than me because because they live on the moon. And she'd be like, oh, I know! Oh my god, I know! And Hatate will be between us, and she'll just be like, okay. So I could definitely talk to Junko for 8 hours about how much I fucking hate the moon. Alright? And then Raisin would kick my seat. And then Junko would, like, fucking Thanos snap her. And put her in the salt dimension. Because that's great. I could kill 8 hours talking about how much I hate the fucking moon. Now Hatate though, Hatate you could probably just talk to because she's a reporter in general, but you would have to actually have something interesting for her to report on. Otherwise you just like, you know. I mean, you could probably talk about reporters and whatnot in general and ask her about her articles. So you could probably get a pretty decent conversation out of Hatate about her work and how she goes about it, and even a little bit about the mountain, about as much as she's willing to share with how the mountain works. And I think you could have a real conversation with Hatate, because even though she's a shut-in, she's probably pretty relatively chatty, or willing to be chatty, but her whole occupation is very easy to get conversation with, I think. So I think Hatate seems like a pretty easy conversationalist. But if you just wanted to talk to Junko, then all you'd have to say is be like, fuck you, I hate the moon. Man, let me tell you, with the time when Apollo 65 landed on the moon, and I heard that the fucking moon was like panicking because the humans were gonna take over the moon, I was laughing so hard. I was like, haha, serves you right. And she'd be like, oh my god, so true, bestie. And then she would, and then I'd be like, man, if only I had the ability to fucking get my hands on the moon, the things I would do. And she'd be like, let me call my guy. And she would, in fact, call her girl. And then I would be introduced to Hikatia Lapis Lazuli and her best little buddy, Clown Piece. And then Clown Piece would be my buddy, and we would go to the moon together and fuck up the moon. And then Ramu would show up and beat my ass. And she'd be like, what's a human doing up here? And I'd be like, because I fucking hate the moon, and I join sides with my common allies. Me and Clown, we're gonna fuck up the moon today. And I get to be the secret boss of Touhou 15. That's right. Yeah, that's me. John Peanut, secret boss. Even though Hikatia failed, John Peanut didn't give up. He's still fucking things up. He's still doing his best for Junko's sake. Where's the romantic outline? Oh, there isn't one. You can't. The only way this ends with a romantic victory is if you blow up the moon. And Junko's like, well, now I don't hate the moon anymore. I need to focus my attention on something else. And that's when John Peanut steps in and goes, you can focus all that attention on me. And she'll go, oh, and then you, John Peanut, and Junko will live happily ever after. Because you're so smooth and you blew up the moon. That's crazy. That's such a good fucking plot line. That's the story. That's the story of How I Met Your Mother. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. Hee 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 hee. Ah. Good story, right? What about Clown Piece? Clown Piece is a surrogate child until we have a new one. Whoa, what do you mean a new one? I mean exactly what I said. You think you think the happy ending ends just by getting together? It's when you have a family. Streamer? What do you mean streamer? Why are you upset that I am airing the dirty laundry? You upset? This guy's talking my deepest thoughts, and it's making me uncomfortable because these are things. These are things. What do you mean never goo? What do you mean? What? Tell me, chat member. Please explain to me, chat member. What is it about having a child with the woman you love? What about that is goo? Tell me now. Tell me right now. Tell me right fucking now what it is. Tell me right now what it is, huh? Go ahead. Love, we just met. I just gave you a whole ass fucking fictitious scenario after we met that led to me destroying the moon. Were you not listening? Were you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring me? That's not cool, bro. That's not cool. Don't ignore the streamer. Don't put the audio mute badge and go, sorry, I wasn't listening. That's not cool. Nobody will think you're cool for that. You didn't even listen to me. You guys don't understand what gooning is. You guys are like, wow, that guy has a wife and kids. He's gooning. Like, what, huh? This guy wants to start a family with a woman. Wow, what a goon. Like, you guys are fucking stupid. You guys are so fucking stupid, you know that? God damn it. Alright, anyway, nice talk to Hat. Fuck moon for Junko. Easy. It's just that easy. It's that easy. Remember, she's not real. Well, no, but in my fictitious scenario, she is. Or did you miss that part? You guys gotta be like that. Streamer, it's not real. Streamer, give up your whimsy and your fantasy and your imagination because it's not real. Okay, You're right. I'll stop thinking about things that are fun and I'll just go back to working 9 hours a day in the gray world that I hate. Yep. Okay. Goodbye, Whimsy. I'll go work 40-hour work weeks until I die because I can't retire. That sounds like fun to me. All right, everybody. Well, I did it. I'm 87 and I'm stocking shelves in a grocery store because I can't afford to live. Yes. Goodbye, my Whimsy. I'm glad I gave you up so early in life so I could work for the entirety of it. I am a cog in the machine. I am the most vital cog until I am gone, and then I am instantly replaced. Oh. Oi, 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 oi. All right, okay, there. Back to what I was doing. Let's go to seat 3. Okay. So, yes. In seat 3, you have Raisin and you have Kogasa. So, Raisin's not really stuck up like moon rabbits are, so, you know. Maybe you could talk to her, but why would I want to talk to her? Gussie, on the other hand, she's definitely capable of talking to people. And you could talk to her about all sorts of things, because she has so many experiences. And you could talk to her about pretty much anything, and she'd probably be a barrel of sunshine. And you could tell her ghost stories. And you could tell her all kinds of things on how to scare people. I'm going to teach her how to scare people. Here's what you do. First of all, you wet your hands. Alright? You wet your hands. Then you sneak up on someone from behind. And you stick your hands up their shirt and press directly into their backs. And that'll make them freak the fuck out. And I'm going to teach her to do that. And I'm going to tell her to go do it to Ramu. And I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh when she tries to stick her hand up Ramu's shirt. And then Ramu turns around and kills her. I'm going to go, hee! Oh, hee! That is funny. Oh, you'll get it next time, Kogasa. Just try another one. Just try again. Try that one. We're gonna try again. Hey, she wanted to know how to scare somebody, and that's how you scare them. You wet your hands and you touch their back, and they'll go like they'll yelp. They'll go eep, and then she'll get her food, a knuckle sandwich. Yep, yummy, delicious. It's what she's earned today, isn't it? Yeah, she's earned everything. Everything Kogasa is earned. I'll teach her another technique to scaring people. It's called approaching them with a letter that says they are in $1,000 in debt. I'm gonna teach her how to fabricate IOUs from the IRS, and then she'll just hand them to people. And they'll be like, what the fuck? And she'll be like, ha, I got you. You're so scared. Yep. Yep. So good. So smart. I'll teach her all kinds of unconventional ways to scare people. And then I'll scare her and she'll be like, wow, you're so scary. And I'll be like, yeah. But you know what's scarier? Being away from you. And there you go. And that activates the Kogasi route. Whoa. Wow, John Peanut, you're so smooth. How did you ever come up with that? Well, it's because I am not ashamed. My shame has been turned off due to the drink that I am drink. So I can say shit like that with minimal affection of me. Yeah. Look, chat. Look, if you want to write cheesy dialogue, you just gotta let it ride. All right? You just gotta let it ride. Okay? All right. So anyway, seat 3. Kogasa might pester you, but the rabbit will probably leave you alone. So all in all, so basically, seat 3 is fuck with Kogasa, and teach her wrong as a joke. That's good. I'm gonna give her a whole list of techniques to scare people. And they're all gonna be really good. But she's not gonna succeed at any of them. And it's gonna result in a Saturday morning cartoon. It's gonna be a Saturday morning cartoon. Kogasa introduced them to a pyramid scheme. Can you do that? Yeah, I can do that. Well, you even know what that means? No. But I'm gonna teach her. I'm gonna teach her. That's a good one. That's a good one, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, seat 7. Chat. I don't care about seat 7. Oh, I dropped my microphone. Shit. I hope that didn't, like, register a really fucking loud noise, because I couldn't stop it in time. Oh. Well, what the hell do you do in seat 7, huh? What do you do in seat 7? You can barely talk to Youmu over there. You can barely talk to Youmu, and Satono is just there. What do you do? Just talk to Gussie. Oh, so you mean seat 7 is basically seat 3? See, are you saying that seat 7 is seat 3, so I could do the same thing in seat 7 that I could do in seat 3? I don't know that would be as effective, because it's hard to talk to someone from, like, behind them. They'd have to, like, turn around, right? Youmu is cool. I like Youmu, but I'm not smart, so I wouldn't be able to talk to her at all. She'd be like, I made a hyperdimensional inner space travel device, and I'll be like, glurp. That's cool. I can do a kickflip with a tech deck. You can? No, I can't. But like, I thought maybe that would be cool. That's why I said I thought maybe you think that was cool. Well, I can build interdimensional travel. Oh, that's cool. I can tie my shoes. It's pretty cool, right? That's pretty normal behavior, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I guess most people learn how to tie their shoes when they're like 7. I learned more when I was like 15. You know, that's cool though, right? I learned after all. I still learned. I tied my shoes once. I got my shoes tied once, and then I did not ever let them get untied. Yeah. You really couldn't tie your shoe for that long? I don't know if 15 is accurate, but I definitely couldn't tie my shoe until at least like 5th grade. Sounds pretty bad. Well, that's okay. That doesn't matter. Anyways, you can travel to dimensions, but like, I can make my armpit fart. I can make an armpit fart noise. That's pretty cool, right? Like, you see what I mean? Like, I can't talk to Youmu because anything Youmu says, I immediately is just like I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with it. She'll say something like crazy, and I'll be like, you know, I failed science in high school. You know, I got like a 43 in biology. That's pretty cool, right? You failed biology. Yeah, I did. You passed science, right? Yeah, with not a very remarkable grade. I can't do science. I can't handle science. The only thing I have going for me is my peanut-shaped head. That's it. And if she doesn't like my peanut-shaped head, then that's just it. That's it. So seat 7 is, I not smart. So I try to fuck with Kogasa. That's seat 7. That's my seat 7. I can't talk to Youmu. Satono has the personality of stale bread, so I'm not talking to her. So I'm just gonna try and talk to Kogasa, I guess. Do the same thing I would do in seat 7 that I do in seat 3. Yeah. Alright, well done, streamer. Well done. Yes, very good. Okay. Alright, let's go straight to seat 4. Okay, Takane and Tokiko. Tokiko is probably reading a book, and she doesn't want any interruptions by people like me. Alright, that's fair. I won't talk to you. Takane is probably doing... I don't know what Takane does. Would Takane try to sell me something? Do you think she'd have her inventory on hand? I doubt it. Probably be in the cargo hold, right? I don't know. What the hell do you talk about with them? I guess maybe you could talk about books with Tokiko. But like, what do I talk about with Yamawaro? I don't know. They like airsoft, right? They do airsoft, I suppose. I don't know. What do you talk about with this chick? I don't think it would be beneficial if I told her how much I hate River Kappa. Cause like then we're bonding over a false reason. Like, man, I fucking hate the river. Like, no, that only works with Junko because it's true with Junko. If I say I hate River Kappa, then that's a lie. I don't lie. I'm not a liar. But if I say I hate the moon, that's not a lie. I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. So there's a very distinct difference here is all. So I can't just lie. And I can't, you know, what kind of a relationship is built on a mutual dislike of another? A relationship with Junko, but that's besides the point. But the Takane, it's like, I don't know what to talk about. Takane, talk about, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what you would be able to do. I could tell her that I sold something for money before. I happen to be something of a merchant myself, and then I can try to explain how I've worked at a I worked at a deli, and I sold food to people but didn't ring them up, so I just gave them food with price tags on it, and just be like, "Wow, that's so cool," and I'd be like, "Yeah, it is, isn't it?" So yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have anything for Takane. And Tokiko, I don't think there's anything to have. So, all in all, waste of a seat. Idiot. Good. Okay. Okay. Chat, give me a sec. I gotta pee. But also, I should probably, I need to get some, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Go! Alright. Alright. Ready? Resume. Kana. Alright, next. Kana. What do you? I don't know. You can't talk to Luna because Kana's in the way. But Kana, what? Kana is annoying. Well, that's kind of rude, don't you think? You think she's really that annoying? I guess it would be like being stuck with an unattended child. Pain in ass. There you go. She would bother me. Just give her candy and tell her to shut up. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. I don't know, but she'd probably pester you or Luna, depending on who gives her a better reaction. So, you know, I gotta hope that Luna can't handle it. Sorry, Luna, you're gonna have to take one for John Peanut. However, if she makes any offhand remarks about my peanut-shaped head, you know, then I might react. And if I react, then she's gonna take it. She's gonna take it to the bank with that. Like, ooh, I gotcha, and then I have to listen about my peanut head for like 8 fucking hours. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that. Okay, that one sucks. That one sucks. So we're moving on. Seiren and Akyu. So Akyu sounds great because Akyu is just somebody who is normal and has a big book, and I'd be like, man, I sure do like big books full of information. And she'd be like, well, I have big book full of information. I'll be like, that's kind of poggies. Can I perhaps maybe Peepo Shy check it out? And then I can read her book, and I can talk about her book with her, and I can ask her questions, and she'll tell me all kinds of cool information, and I'll be besties. And we'll be besties, and I'll be like, thanks for the book, Akyu. And she'll say, don't mention it, and I'll be like, maybe next time I can borrow more book from you. And she'll be like, that's cool, I guess. And then there you go, and then I'll get her number. What's her number? Her number is the date of her passing, of course. But as you know, you gotta give it a shot. You gotta give it a shot. Can I get your AOL? What's AOL? I figured she would have an AOL because she's so into retro stuff, right? Just gotta get in there, you know? But, you know, you could have a real conversation. Just being able to talk about the Chronicle, for example, with her seems like it could be a pretty good way to kill time and also have, like, an engaging conversation. It seems fun. Seiren, on the other hand, I wouldn't really talk about at all. Same problem with Ringo, where it's just, I don't know, dude. You can only talk about food for so long. I don't have anything else to add to that. So Seiren would just kind of be like, whatever. But Akyu, you could definitely kill a lot of time with Akyu, for sure. But I guess it depends on how interested you are in her actual works, right? Me, I am. I actually am. I would be able to read them and be like, wow, this is really cool. And I'd ask her questions, like, did you meet this particular character? This, like, first-hand experience? Tell me about it. Like, I'm fiending for information, and I fully mean it. So seat 6 is enjoy 8 hours of cute. That's that one. That's seat 6. Seat 6 is that's it. Alright. 8 hours of Akyu, huh? Why are you saying that like the alternatives here are like somehow better? Huh? Are you saying you can't listen to a scholar talk for 8 hours? You can't engage in conversation? Do you need your Subway Surfers? Do you need your Family Guy funny moments? Can you not handle it? Yeah, well. It's great, you just wording it in a peculiar way. What's peculiar? We're on a plane. Huh? Are you breaking rule 2? Are you breaking rule 2 right now in my chat? You're not breaking rule 2, right? It's the only other rule I got. This guy is a rule breaker. He's a loose cannon. Gotta put him down. Gotta take him out back. You'll never see him again. Okay. Alright. We got one more seat, chat. We got the Sunny Milk seat. Hyperactive child alert. That's it. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody's getting banned for 10 minutes. Goodbye. Drag to moderate. I'm moderating. Uh-oh. There he goes. He's dead. 286 seconds. He's gone. We'll see him in 286 seconds. Okay, so yeah. Seat 8 is basically just... Are you capable of babysitting? No. Then you're gonna have a headache. Yes. Then hopefully you brought something to keep the child entertained. But Sunny is basically just a patience test. Sara is your way to Shinky. What are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about? You think somehow talking... What kind of fucking like trade quest are you on, brother, that you think talking to Sara will eventually grant you audience with Shinky? Who do you think you are? You're a peanut. You're a fucking peanut. You think she knows the way to Makai? Yeah, I do too. Alright? I know how to go to Makai too. But that doesn't mean shit. It doesn't matter if you know how to go to Makai, because it doesn't mean you're gonna meet Shinky and be like, oh my god, hi! And she'll be like, oh my god, hi! And you'll be besties. Shima doesn't get it. I don't think you get it. I think you assume that you can just become friends with the literal fucking creator of an entire world because you talk to the guy standing outside of it. What kind of what does that mean? What does that even huh? What is that? Huh? What your leaps of logic are crazy. Yeah, she's very nice. Yeah, but she'll never see you as anything more than just a fucking insignificant little boog. You are not Alice. You are not her little girl. And you are not a creature that she created. How the fuck are you gonna do anything with that woman? You can't do anything with that woman. That woman will defeat you. That woman is 3 times your size. That woman is 50,000 times your strength. That woman is the pinnacle of womanhood in general. And you think you got a chance, Mr. Peanut Head? Huh? Huh? You think you and your fucking peanut head have a chance? Oh my god. The only connection that I would want with Shinky would be through Alice. Why? You know why. You know why. You know why. Anyway, seat 8. Babysitter tests. No Shinky. Dumbass. Okay? Alright. Okay. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's just a Sunny Milk moment. Can you keep Sunny Milk entertained for 8 hours so she won't bother you? But what if you become best friends and she introduces you to all her buddies and suddenly you are the king of the fairies and all the fairies you're cool and you meet Chirno and you meet Dayose and you meet Rumia and suddenly you are the fairy godfather. And they love me. Why do they love you? Because I have the magical electric box that plays video game. Yes. That's why they love me. Yes. Yeah, very good. Yes. Alright. Okay. Alright, chat. Alright. Now let me rank them from best seat to worst seat. So what is the best seat in this house? The best seat in this house, in my opinion, has got to be seat 6. Because you just talk with Aku and it's a great time. That's fantastic. The second best seat would be seat 2. Because Hatate is also a conversationalist. And then maybe I can convince Junko. The next best seat, 3. Because again, conversation is relatively easy. And Kogasa's great. The next best seat is 1. Why is it 1? Because nobody has to talk to me, and I'm at least in a very zen place. I am in a very zen place. All right, followed by that, seat 4. Seat 4 because I don't know. Followed by seat 7 because it's an absolute nothing burger that's just like, man, whatever. Followed by seat 8 because babysitting Sunny is a lot easier than listening to whatever the fuck Kanda's doing. Alright? So there's my irrefutable top dog order. Alright? Seat 5 is the worst, seat 6 is the best. It's that easy. Because you're behind Kana, so she won't mess with your chair. That's another reason why seat 4 kind of sucks. There you go, there's my order. Alright, chat. There you go. Now we have elaborated on our planes. So who wants to go take an 8-hour flight with me and see how I am on a plane? Does that sound fun? Hooray! Well, chat, I hope you enjoyed this little thought exercise and all of the mess that it turned into. Which is to say, it was always a mess right out the gate. But I had fun. We got 3 examples for 2 hours and 40 minutes. Great. Well done. Maybe we could have got better characters on the rolls, but, you know, random take, random give, or whatever. I don't know. But thank you for watching. Feel free to leave your opinions in the comment, of which I will ignore, or I will make content out of. Who knows? Better make it good. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.